I would like to show you my cow farm design. So when you go into here, you need to breed the cows. And when you breed them, they get pushed into this little hole. And when they grow up, you get food out of it. This is an early game farm, which is quite easy to build. You don't need many resources, so I'll just make a little list in a moment. I'll put a list of the materials on screen if you would like to copy what I do. I would also recommend some wheat and some temporary blocks like dirt maybe. So the first thing you can do is make a little storage system using a double chest and a hopper with a hopper minecart. Make sure to break the rail and then place some temporary blocks, but remember to make like a little wall on the side, and then place a piston with a button and then press the button, and then you can destroy the temporary blocks. So the setup basically makes it so anything that's on top of the hopper minecart will get collected through a block, and then it'll go into the hopper and then into the chest. Now I'm going to make a little area for the cows to go. I like to put a dispenser on the bottom so it's like the block they stand on, and they can put buttons on it. This is a part where you'll need temporary blocks. I'll recommend putting a temporary block on the dispenser so you can put slabs, but then you can remove a temporary block on top of a dispenser. Now you can start building a little platform so you can lure the cows. You can also put glass if you want to see what the cows are doing. You can like make little walls so they don't escape. I like to use glass so you can see what they're up to. Now you need to find some cows and lure them into the machine. You can put as many cows as you want, but if you want a quick setup, you can only put 2 in because the machine's designed in a way where you can breed them easily. Now you can get rid of the temporary blocks, but remember to keep the one that stops the cow from escaping. Now you can use glass panes to make a little wall for the area where the cows grow up. The reason why you need to do this is so the cows don't escape when they grow up, because if there's no panes, then they might fall out of the machine and then that won't be very good. Now you need to place a cauldron and put a lava bucket inside of it, and then place a block on top of it. I like to use a glass, but you don't need to. Any block works fine, but you need a block on top of it so they don't swim up and get out. This might sound a little random, but you can place a lightning rod as the last block. This is because it's a specific size. This stops the cows from escaping when they swim up, and also leaves room for the baby cows. You can also destroy the temporary block and replace it with scaffolding. Now you need to go around the side and place trapdoors around the scaffolding. This will make it so the baby cows will want to go that way because mobs are designed to follow a random path, and the trapdoor is treated as like a invisible block in a way. That's why farms like to use it to lure mobs. Anyway, now you can get a water bucket and put it in the dispenser. This part might sound a bit random, but you can make an on-off switch so you can breed cows and get more of them without them going into the machine. This is good if you want to have a lot of cows. So you need to go down and place the sticky piston facing down. If you build up, you can make a little switch for it, and then you can just pull the lever every time you want to either breed cows or you want to let cows into a machine. If you look at the hitboxes, the lightning rod's like the perfect height. I mean, the cows kind of go through it, but in a way they don't really go anywhere. And when you turn the lever off, you can make it so when the cows go up, they get pushed into the box. You can also place scaffolding on top of the dispenser. Scaffolding bypasses enemy cramming. I don't think people would recommend this, but if you want like a lot of things and you're building it in an area that's not going to be loaded, then I guess it's alright. If you want more cows in your little box, then you can breed them and leave the lever down so the babies can't escape, and then they'll grow up and they'll be stuck in the box. I don't know if you can tell, but the lightning rod stops the cow from climbing up and then getting pushed into the box with the cauldron. You can leave the water on if you want, but you don't need to. It's kind of like an option if you want the cows to be moving around, so it's easier to breed them. I should probably demonstrate what happens when you breed the cows with the lever up. So what's supposed to happen is they'll climb up and they'll get pushed into the little box. The trapdoors should make them want to go that way, but they don't need to. Holding the wheat might... Like if you're holding the wheat when you're breeding them, it might follow you instead of going to the box. But the best way to lure them is just hold wheat next to a trapdoor and they'll probably follow. So if I flip this and then move to the side, the cow will follow me. Yeah, so the cow is now in there and it's also climbing the scaffolding, so if you open the trapdoor, it won't be able to escape because of the height, but it's also caught under the cauldron, so it kind of like, it can't go anywhere. And if I run this command block to make it grow, you'll see that it will grow into the cauldron and then it will burn, and then it'll be collected by the hopper. So the way this works is that the cow will be pushed into the cauldron, so it kind of swims up in a way, but the glass on top will make it so it doesn't go anywhere. The way mobs drop the loot is that it will always drop at the feet, so since the cow will be floating a little bit, the cow will get burned, but the loot won't get destroyed, which is what I wanted in this farm because I don't like loot going to waste, which is a flaw in many other farms. To demonstrate how powerful this farm is, I think I'm gonna spawn 20 cows and then I'll breed them all and then I'll wait to see what happens. You don't need to, but you could keep a count of how many cows you have, so you know every cow is being bred when you run out of wheat. So for example, if I hold 20 wheat, I'll know all the cows are being bred when I run out of 20 wheat. I would also recommend breeding them on the side, because if you're in the middle you might feed the baby cows, which kind of wastes your wheat, so you don't want that to happen. And now if you move to the side, you'll see all the cows get pushed into the hole by the bigger cows because it tries to make room and they just get pushed because of all the mobs. I could use this command block to grow them all up, but that's not really a good idea because if they all grow up at the same time, then they'll push each other and it'll cause a mess. This wouldn't happen in a real farm because when a cow is bred, it has like an age, and they'll grow up in like a sequence, so you don't need to worry about them pushing each other or interfering. That's what the panes and the copper rod's for. Okay, so I'm going to do an AFK test with 10 baby cows. Okay, so I got 30 steak and 13 leather. I wanted to get into video editing, so I decided to make a tutorial for one of my farms I designed months ago. If you want to see more, let me know. If you want to use this in your world or a video, I would appreciate it if you give me credit and put the link to this video in your description. But apart from that, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't know what else to say.